You know, we talk a lot about AI these days, but we rarely dig into how it's actually built, especially when the goal isn't just to be smart, but to be compassionate. So today we're going to look at the blueprint of a mental wellness app called Clarity Path and see how every single choice was designed with one purpose in mind.
And really, this one sentence, it's the key to the whole thing. This wasn't cooked up in a giant corporate lab. It's a solution that was born from a real, personal need. And that right there, that turns a tech story into a human story.
So who is the founder? Well, his name is Tarek Andrade. He's an engineer and a startup founder himself, so he knows firsthand just how crushing the pressure and anxiety of building a business can be. He wasn't some outsider looking in. He was living the very problem he set out to solve.
He figured out pretty quickly on his own journey that a great strategy and just hustling harder, well, it wasn't enough. He actually discovered evidence-based techniques from therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. It's basically a toolkit that helps you catch and challenge those negative thought patterns. For him, these weren't just theories in a book. They were practical tools that actually worked, and he became obsessed with making them accessible to everybody.
Okay, but this is where his engineering brain really kicked in. He knew, deep down, that for a tool like this to truly work, you have to feel completely 100% safe using it. And that led to the app's most fundamental promise, an absolute, non-negotiable commitment to your privacy.
And how do they make that happen? It all comes down to one huge architectural choice, using on-device AI. Put simply, it just means the app's brain lives entirely inside your phone. None of what you type, not your fears, not your thoughts, none of it ever gets sent out to the cloud or to some company's server. It stays with you, period.
And just look at the difference this makes. The normal way apps work is they slurp up your data and send it to their servers to figure things out. With Clarity Path's model, your data never even leaves your device. That means your privacy isn't some policy you have to read and hope the company follows. No, it's guaranteed by the actual physics of how the app is built.
This is their promise, right here. It's simple, it's powerful, it's not just a feature on a list, it's the entire foundation. The idea is that your deepest thoughts should never be a product. They're yours and only yours.
Okay, so once you've established that rock-solid foundation of trust, let's look at the journey the app takes you on. See, Clarity Path isn't just a random box of tools. It's actually designed as a structured path, a guided journey that's meant to build your skills step by step so you never feel overwhelmed.
And this journey is broken down into 4 really clear stages. You start with the absolute basics, just finding your footing and feeling stable when you're in a crisis. Then you learn how to analyze your own thought patterns. After that, you learn how to actively change them. And finally, you take those skills and apply them to your life. It's this really logical flow from just coping to actually thriving.
And in that first stage, it is all about safety. I mean, look at the home screen. The biggest, most obvious thing is that red crisis support button. And when you tap it, you don't get some confusing menu. You get 2 simple, clear choices. Getting you immediate support is the absolute top priority.
All right, so we've got the privacy, we've got a clear path. Now let's pop the hood and see how the AI guide part of this actually works, all while keeping that privacy promise.
The whole process kicks off with something incredibly simple, just writing down what's on your mind. This thought record screen is like your own private journal, a safe space to just get the situation down, creating the raw material for that on-device AI to work with.
Now, this might look a little technical, but the process is actually beautiful. So you type a thought, something like, I messed up the presentation, I'm a complete failure. Instantly, right there on your phone, the text is analyzed. A custom-built AI then spots common thought traps, like all or nothing thinking. And then the app gives you a private insight, maybe suggesting a specific exercise to challenge that exact thought. And the craziest part, this all happens in a split second, and that entry never, ever leaves your phone.
Okay, this brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most important question of all. When you're dealing with something as sensitive as mental health, you have to plan for the worst-case scenario. So what happens in a real crisis?
I mean, what if the user is in serious danger? Can you really trust an algorithm in that moment? This is the high-stakes question that every single developer in this space has to answer.
And the answer is refreshingly simple and incredibly responsible. You don't trust the AI. The system is hard-coded so that the moment it recognizes keywords related to a crisis, the AI completely shuts down. It just steps aside.
So instead of trying to give you an AI-generated response, the app immediately escalates to a human. It presents a clear, direct button to call a professional crisis line. The system is designed to know its own limits. In a crisis, its only job is to connect you to a real person as fast as humanly possible.
So, when you start to put all these pieces together, the personal story, the privacy-first design, the step-by-step path, and these built-in safety nets, you start to see a totally different vision for what a wellness tool can actually be.
And this mission is what drives every decision. You see, the goal here isn't just to make symptoms go away. It's about empowerment. It's about giving people the actual skills to navigate their own minds and ultimately to build a life that feels genuinely meaningful to them.
And that really leaves us with this final thought. By putting privacy, safety, and empowerment right into its very code, Clarity Path suggests an answer. It gives us a blueprint for a future where our technology isn't just smart, but maybe, just maybe, it can also be wise and even truly compassionate.